For millions of people from Africa, life begins under the golden embrace of the tropical sun. Seasons are marked by rains and dry spells, not by the icy grasp of winter. But what happens when this warmth meets the cold realities of European winters? For many African migrants, their first experience with European winters begins with stories, whispers of snow, freezing temperatures and thick coats. They leave their homes with little understanding of what awaits them.
Alright guys, welcome to the new edition of this Snowman's Showcase. What it is for we as an Africans, our first time of observing the snow in Europe. I think I remember grasping the world outside and transformed overnight. Everything was white, pure, untouched and perfect. I felt like I had stepped into another dimension. Hello, my friend.
Hi. Hello.
Sorry, mate.
It's crazy, man.
Are you an African, bro?
Yes, I am. I'm from Africa, yeah.
Where in particular?
From Nigeria, originally, yeah, man.
Are you enjoying this weather?
Enjoy this weather?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you can see I'm shivering.
Oh.
And look at everywhere. It's white and deep, and it's dangerous, because you're walking, you don't know what you're walking into. It can be a hole or something, Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's nothing to compare to home, man. I want to go home, bro. There's no place like home.
Tell, what's your name? Your African name?
My name is Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Chuku, that's Igbo tribe, is it? All right.
Yes.
Tell me, what are the pros and cons? What is the benefit of this sort of weather here?
All I can say about it, I won't say there are much benefits, to be honest, because it's very, very dangerous, and it's too cold.
Yeah.
And like Africans, especially elderly ones, when they are getting old, cold, too much cold is not good for them. It can cause a lot of things, arthritis, rheumatic pains and stuff. Yeah, so, but it's just that during winter, like this period, and you just gotta cover yourself, you just have, what to do. Cover yourself properly when you're going out. Even when it's not cold, because sometimes you want to go out and you think, oh, the weather is not that cold, but as soon as you step out, it's a different case, So yeah, it's their weather, so it's British weather, European weather, whatever, so they are used to it. So we that just come, from Africa, we are trying to get used to it. It's not easy.
So to you as an African, will you tell an African who intend to come and still experience this, or that you don't want to continue experiencing it?
Why not? I mean, we've been here, we're surviving it, notwithstanding. So yeah, I mean, there's no. I would rather be cold here in Britain or Europe than be hot in Africa and be suffering, because I mean, it's Africa, to be honest.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. No problem.
Bye. Enjoy the weather. Bye.
I'll try.
The first step into a European winter is often shocking. The biting cold pierces through layers of clothing, introducing them to a world far removed from the heat of the tropics.
Hi.
Hi.
You all right?
Good.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria. You look American.
Wow.
How are you seeing the weather here in Europe?
Oh, it's really bad. Especially in UK. It's like we have like a bipolar. UK has a bipolar weather.
Really?
It's really cold.
Do you think, compared with Africa, will you say you want to be here in Europe?
No.
Tell me.
It's really cold here. So like back in Africa, you enjoy the sun, but here you're locked up in your house. You're secluded because you can't stand the cold. So I actually don't like cold.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are the pros and cons as regard to this snow as an African? Can you tell me what you can tell somebody?
If they are coming
If they are coming here.
Just be prepared mentally, because it's a big shift if it's your first time leaving Africa to come into Europe. It's a very big shift, so you have to prepare mentally, because the cold is going to deal with you. You know, we see that most times when Africans come to Europe, the first time they are covering up themselves like really bad, but with time they get used to it. It's not, they are not so covered up as they used to be. So you just have to prepare mentally for the cold, and basically.
All right. What will you tell my subscribers and the YouTube channel? They want to know. Will you? What do you do? Are you a student?
Yes, I'm a student.
You're a student.
Yeah.
Will you advise them, or will you tell them to come to UK or stay in Africa to study?
That's a very big question. It just depends.
All right.
For the weather,
Yeah.
I would say stay in Africa. But like, if you're coming, if you know that you want better for your life, a better future, then you should actually move here, because there are so many opportunities that we don't have in Africa that we have here. Compared to Africa, it's hard to, like, say you want to get a job or get a good paying salary to pay for your rent. But here, as far as you're hardworking, you get the money to pay for your rent and your bills, and you'll be fine. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks
for
so
speaking
much.
with us. Thank you. How are you, brother?
Eu estou bem, graças a Deus.
Tá bem. Where are you from?
Eu sou de Moçambique, Maputo. Vim estar de férias, não é?
You live here in Europe, here in Manchester?
Eu já trabalhei aqui em Manchester, mas agora sou reformado. Estou cá e estou em Moçambique, em Portugal também.
How many years have you lived here in Europe or Manchester?
Mais ou menos 20, acima de 20 anos.
20 anos. What do you say of the weather conditions?
Epa, o clima aqui é horrível, não é? Muito frio.
Frio, yeah?
Bastante frio e não, nada que se compara com Moçambique. As temperaturas médias ali andam por volta de 32 graus. A gente não anda assim vestido como estou, não é?
Will you advise somebody to come and stay? Will you advise an African come stay in Europe or in Africa?
É claro que aconselho profundamente conterrâneos não só virem para aqui, para a Europa, porque as oportunidades aqui são imensas, não é? Enquanto lá na Terra, para se fazer qualquer coisa é extremamente difícil. Faz-se, mas aqui aconselho 100%.
So, what advice generally to Africans striving to come to live in Europe? Here the weather is too cold. What can you tell them? Stay or not to come?
Aconselho virem, não é? Mas enfim, não podemos despovoar o continente, não é? Só porque o clima, as coisas não andam bem lá. Enfim, temos que nos esforçar para pôr as coisas como deve ser. Mas aconselho as pessoas, pronto, a ver como eu fiz, não é?
Tá bom. Thank you, my friend.
Muito
obrigado.
Obrigado, obrigado pela oportunidade.
Thank you. Bye. So, guys, you heard it from one of my YouTube subscribers. You should come to Europe if you feel that it is necessary. The weather is too cold. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Hello, how are you? Tudo bem?
Tudo.
Where are you from? Are you from
Moçambique.
Mozambique too? Yeah.
Mas vivi mais na Europa que em Moçambique.
Oh, right. Okay. Quantos anos? How many years you live?
Aqui estou há 20 anos.
20.
Aqui.
That is 5 years.
Yeah, 10.
Não,
20. All right. So the weather is too cold, and we are talking about cold weather. Do you like it cold here in Europe?
Está a perguntar se aqui o tempo é muito frio.
É muito frio, é.
Gosta deste clima?
Não gosto do frio. Gosto do frio, não.
Yeah. So what can you tell Africans all striving to come to Europe because they want to be here?
O que é que você pode dizer aos nossos conterrâneos que querem vir para aqui em relação a esta questão do clima, do mau tempo aqui?
Que venham no tempo do verão, porque vindo agora é um choque para eles, porque saem do calor, depois apanham de repente o frio.
What did you say?
She said she can advise people to come here, but in summertime.
Yeah, it's best in summertime. Okay, thank you very much.
Ok,
Thank
muito
you.
obrigada.
Muito obrigado.
Nada.
Yeah.
For those of us who grew up in tropical lands, snow feels like a distant dream, a phenomenon we see in movies, on postcards, or hear about in tales of distant lands. But to witness it firsthand, to feel the chill in the air and watch the flakes dance from the heavens, it's an entirely surreal experience.
Hi, guy. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, I can see that you are coming out on this cold weather. Is this your first time experiencing the snow?
Yeah, it's my first time in the winter here in the UK. So I'm amazed by the snow I'm already seeing. So yeah.
Are you from Africa, to be precise? Are you from Africa?
I'm from Africa. I'm from Nigeria, to be precise. Yeah. So I moved in here recently to the UK. So yeah.
So from my experience when I was here newly, I was excited to see the snow.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
Can you describe the feeling?
Oh, it's an amazing feeling. You know, something we've been seeing on on the TV, movies, and then when we come here, we see snow for the first time. In fact, I wanted to eat it. It's an amazing thing to feel, to hold it. You know, so I really love the snow. I love it when it snows. Yeah.
So, what can you advise our African brothers who really want to see the snow?
Oh, come and see. It's really amazing. In fact, like my daughter just didn't want to go back inside because she was just playing, building the snowman. So the snow, it's very beautiful to see and to feel. So if you're planning to relocate or planning to visit the UK, please come and experience this amazing phenomenon. I would say.
It's a pleasure, Thank you very much. Thank you. So guys, if you really think of this is the snow, this is what it is. It is so crispy and it's more or less, I don't know what to call it, an ice that blocked. So expecting to see you in my next segment. Thank you guys. Thank you.
For many African students, the pursuit of higher education often takes them across continents. They leave behind the familiarity of tropical climates for the opportunity to learn and grow in European institutions. But one of their first lessons is not in the classroom, it's in adapting to the cold, harsh reality of winter.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah,
Are you an African?
yes I am.
Are you a student of University?
Yes I am.
I'm doing a research about. Come over here, bro. About experiences we do have as an African here in Europe. tell us a bit about yourself. Have you got experience with the winter here in Europe?
Anyway, thanks for asking this question.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Hmm?
I have, but my experience is not from. I didn't get my experience from UK. I didn't get my experience from UK. I used to live in Eastern Europe. Estonia precisely.
Estonia.
Yeah.
That must be very cold.
Oh yeah, it's nothing here. Compared to Estonia. When in Estonia, we used to say, when the weather is like this, we say, it's too warm.
Is
You
it?
see us wearing ordinary singlet.
Yeah.
But here you see how I had to package myself. It's quite interesting.
And in comparison with Africa as a tropical place,
Yeah.
what can you advise somebody coming from Africa to here in Europe about the weather?
Well, before I came to Europe, before I went to Estonia, that was years back,
Yeah.
I had to study first how the weather is, what time, the best time to travel, which is what I would like to advise people who are coming to Europe. I entered Estonia between June and July, and I had to acclimatize, follow the weather till the winter period. So I had to follow it from September, October, November. As the winter keeps coming, my body started getting used to it until I got into the real winter by late November and December period. It was really tough, but I managed.
Really?
I managed, yeah.
Sort of relocation. Will you advise anybody who intends to relocate to Europe as compared with Africa?
Well, if you're thinking of relocation, first of all, is this climate, can you cope with this climate? Can you cope with this weather? It's really cold. I've seen people like me. I'm thinking if I'm getting to 60 years old, I don't think this is where I'm gonna live.
Yes.
I will be going back to my country. Probably, let's say, staying in the country for 6 months during the winter period. Summer, I can come back here in summer. It's really tough for elderly people. When you are if you are getting to your 50s, it's not advisable to live here for up to that level. You can be changing it. That will be my advice. Those who are coming in, I don't think you have to plan to stay here forever.
More than the age of 60, is
Yes, more than the age of 60. Because that's not your country, that's not your weather. There's no way.
How are you?
I'm fine,
You're an African, are you?
for sure.
Yeah. We are doing a questionnaire about Africans who have lived here for some time.
Yes.
Have you been living here in Europe for some time?
Yeah, it's about 30-something years I've lived in Europe.
Really?
Yes.
Where are you originally from?
From Biafra origin
Oh, come on.
in a part of Nigeria.
Is it?
Yes.
And then how many years you've been here in Europe, to be precise?
In Europe, I lived about 22 years in Italy.
Italy.
Yeah. And in England is 11 years.
How severe is the weather condition comparable with Italy and UK?
Here I can say that here is cold.
Yeah.
The weather is cold here when it comes. But in Italy, when it's hot, it's very hot.
Is it?
And when it's colder than here.
Yeah.
Yes.
From your years of experience living in Africa, Europe, and here in the UK, what will be your advice to Africans who are desperate to come to Europe?
In this life, it involves changing environment, changing situations, trying to change life. Where you are, if you feel somehow you would like to change to something or somewhere else. So
Travel is a part of life, and those who wish to travel out of wherever they are, if they are in Africa, they want to come out here, which is good for them, either because of studies, they want to engage in studies, or because in Africa you get less job, less industries, less companies, because the government steals the money, and the government, steal the money and use it to sponsor their own family members and their boyfriends and girlfriends, and then they are well off with it. So here, those who come out here to look for job, better their lives with that. So it would be wrong of me to advise anybody not to come out. But it would have been better to stay behind and stay in your home, because there's an adage that says east or west, home is the best. Unfortunately, the circumstances or situations down home press people up to live, and there's one popular language in Yoruba. They say Jagba. Jagba is a popular slogan that's going on there. People are running away. Even PhD holders, even professors in universities, they live where they are. Medical doctors, they live where they are. They're supposed to, occupy offices, develop their own country, infrastructurally and otherwise. But academically, they leave all those things and come out where, it has been much prepared. Better for them.
Sir. What are you? Are you an academician, or what do you do, sir?
Yeah, I've studied. I did forensic criminology and forensic psychology.
Pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right.
Hiya.
Hi, sir.
You okay, Chief?
Yeah. You're an African.
Yes, I am.
You've been living here for quite...
I'll say in total, all my life, a few years in Africa and lived in other parts of the world too.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about the weather condition here?
I think the weather condition in Manchester is amazing. Well, a lot of people complain the snow is too much. People say it's very cold. Today is drizzling. Sometimes it rains for 2-3 weeks at a stretch. In my opinion, I think the weather is not as bad as other parts of the world. If you go to places like Canada, Scandinavian countries, if you go to some parts of America, it's crazy cold there. You can't stand it. So in my opinion, I think Manchester is still alright. It's not too bad, and you can still live quietly here, and the weather is just stay warm and you'll be fine.
So what will you advise somebody from Africa?
I mean, that's funny, isn't it? Just get ready, just buy all the outfits you need, thermal wears especially, get good jackets and stay warm, stay indoors. I think coming in during the winter is not a bad time, because some people would prefer coming in during the summer, but whenever you come in, just get ready for the winter. It's not like the tropics where you're coming from. Get used to it. Over time, you'll get used to it. It's part of life, It's integration. Like the British expect you to integrate into that new culture that you're now embracing, coming back from your root, Africa. Yeah.
Okay. Where originally are you from?
I'm
sir?
Nigerian. Typically Nigerian. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, how many years have you lived here in the?
That's what I'm saying. I would say typically all my life, because I've also lived in other parts of the world: Canada, USA, France. I'm English. I'm also French national, but I've got Nigerian origin.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. It's a pleasure, sir. Thanks for speaking to us.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.